We are slowed down sound and light waves, a walking bundle of frequencies tuned into the cosmos. We are souls dressed up in sacred biochemical garments, and our bodies are instruments through which our souls play their music. Albert Einstein. Sound is vibration. It is within us and all around us. The world in which you live and have your being is literally a world of sound. All living things have their own languages of sound and emit those frequencies, contributing to the vibrational song of the world. Because of the vibrational nature of sound, its effects can be felt by all living things. Vibration is your very essence. Therefore, you have the power to elevate, heal, and transform yourself. All ancient schools of thought agree that sound is foundational for the creation of the universe. From ancient Egypt to Greece to Tibet, India, and China, the study, knowledge, and practice of sound has been used to transform, heal, and even destroy. These mystery schools shared the common belief that sound created this world. In the Bible's New Testament, John wrote, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." The Hindu Vedas proclaimed, "In the beginning was Brahman, with whom was the Word, and the Word is Brahman." The Egyptians believed that their god Thoth used his voice to create the world. In the Hopi Indian tradition, the spider woman animates all earthly forms of life by singing her song of creation over them. Science has demonstrated the effects of sound on everything from water to plants to human bodies. When I was in high school, my mother had heard about this work being done with plants and music to affect the growth of the plant. And living in Michigan, she often started her bulb for her flowers, for her spring flowers inside because of the weather, and then would later transplant them outdoors. That year, she decided to do an experiment, and so she planted her daffodil bulbs and put them in our music room, which had our piano and our stereo with all our records. And as you can imagine, those bulbs loved the music. They would lean toward, as the sprouts came up, they kept on leaning towards the speakers where the music was coming from. We would turn the planter and they'd lean back towards the speaker. And we decided that John Denver was their favorite. When you think of the high percentage of the human body that is water, it makes sense that we would feel the effects of sound vibration within ourselves. You are a natural conduit to sound, the music and the frequencies. Your body is the temple for sound resonance. So if the body is influenced by the sounds around you, it is safe to say that the sounds within you can also be used for your benefit. As a former music teacher and voice teacher, I often had to help students get over the shyness of using their singing voices. If you're in good health, your vocal capacity is with you each and every day. Why not use the vibrational sound within the body to create well-being and to open your heart and heighten your spiritual awareness towards transformation? Your own voice can transmit a source of health and wholeness to your brain, your nervous system, and to aid in strengthening your physical body. Your own voice can create a higher vibration within you so you can become the co-creator of your greater well-being. As a child, you instinctively knew how to make sound before you could even speak words. You knew the value of humming to calm yourself, express yourself, and even entertain yourself. Your first sound connections came through the womb, the humming sound of your mother's voice, her tone. Once you were born, your own voice became the most primordial conveyor of sound. The sounds of your voice contain vibrational energy, frequencies, and they serve to bring your body into balance and physical well-being. Being that former vocal teacher, I know that people who have the ability to sing and speak and vocally communicate sometimes take this for granted. They sometimes have stories about their voices, about their singing, that have been created either by what others have said about them or ideas that they have of their own singing voice. These stories can be positive or negative. Often those shy singers have been told some unflattering things about their voices, or they may have experienced a humiliating experience when forced to sing alone. Perhaps they were teased and then became ashamed of their singing voice. Regardless of how you personally feel about your own vocal abilities, one thing I want to stress is the invitation for you to come back to the power of your voice. Remember that magic is found in life's ordinary moments. Make peace with the beauty of your voice and discard the cultural conditioning around what is or isn't appealing about the quality of your singing voice. Instead, step into the intimacy of your personal relationship with your own voice. Decide to let go of someone else's assessments of your voice and create your own story around your voice as a tool for healing and soul connection. Befriend this part of your physical self, just as you might accept other parts of your body that you characterize as imperfect. I know a fair number of people who categorize themselves as shower singers. In the acoustic resonance of their echoey showers, they sing it loud and they sing it proud. If this is you, or if you're too timid to sing any place where you fear you might be overheard, consider starting a humming practice. There are a variety of health benefits afforded to those who spend time using this part of their bodies to facilitate a healthier physical life. Scientific studies have shown the effects of humming to have lowered blood pressure and the heart rate, as well as releasing hormones such as melatonin and nitric oxide, which can elevate happiness and lead to a greater sense of well-being. I'm guessing if you're anything like me, you probably would like more happiness and joy in your life. You are aware of what these kinds of feelings can do in terms of better mental and physical health. So why not experiment with something new that can elevate more positive emotions? So let's focus on humming. You don't have to be able to hum the William Tell Overture. What you do need to do is hum in such a way that you feel the vibration resonating in your sinuses. Play with the placement of the tone. And what I mean by that is, where do you feel? The placement of the tone is going to make you feel that vibration somewhere in the mask of your face. Typically, the lower the pitch, the more you will feel it in your chest. The higher the pitch, the more you will feel it up here in the mask of your face. I've used this technique when I've been ill and I wanted to break up congestion, say in my chest, because I had a cold. So I keep my lips closed, but my jaw is apart, almost like I've got a marshmallow in my mouth. Then for added value, as I'm humming, I thump my thymus gland with the intent on clearing the congestion. For instance, you may have heard about the ancient practice of toning, which is a wellness practice that also uses vocal sound to facilitate health and healing. Humming is part of that. Another example I have of how to use humming is when you're flying on a plane. It's pretty noisy inside a plane, and I have found that if I'm a little anxious about whether I'm going to make it to my next connection, or about the plans and, oh, did I pack everything I need, and some of those other kinds of things that grab our anxious attention when we're traveling, I found that I can hum inside the plane, and even the person who's sitting next to me won't necessarily hear me. I hum at the pitch that the white noise around me is happening. And I kind of play with it. I might hum a tune that I know, or I might just hum long, extended humming sounds that calm me down and bring me back to the present moment. So back to toning. The voice is the bridge between the physical and energetic realms. When you use the voice to tone sound syllables, you are opening the vibrational energy within you. This then allows for a harmonious connection to you, to your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual resonance. When you use your breath and your intention and create tones, you can guide the sound to strengthen your physical and energetic bodies, as well as allow relaxation and self-expression. Remember that this practice, like humming, does not require that you have a particular kind of singing voice, since the focus is on the healing and not the singing as a performance. The focus is on the healing and the intention, and you don't need to worry about the quality of the actual singing voice. You can use vowel sounds to open up certain parts of the body to stimulate health benefits. Vowel sounds carry the information energy of speech, which means they express the intention of focus of the sound. Vowels are considered sacred sounds in Sanskrit, Hebrew, Chinese, and other ancient languages. Jonathan Goldman, musician, teacher, and international expert on sound healing, has used a system that coordinates each chakra with a vowel sound. There are other sound healers who might use a different set or a different variety of vowel sounds for the chakras, but tonight, for our purposes, we're going to use Goldman's system. So starting at your first root chakra, and then we're going to go up the 7 chakras. As in cup. The first one. The second one. Ooh, as in you. Oh. Then we go up to the heart. Ah. Then the throat. I, as an I. Then up to the brow. A. Then the crown. E. Let's say you were experiencing a headache. This time of year can be allergy season in some parts of the country. I know it is out here. And so you might feel that headache across the brow. To help remedy the headache, you could breathe deeply, holding the tone of the vowel sound A to remedy the headache, repeating the vowel sound, but perhaps playing with the pitch until you start to feel a shift in the energy. So your intention is more important than the pitch at this point when you are just beginning. Learn to play with it a little bit. So here at the brow, hey, when I sing it up higher like that, I can feel it right here. Hey. And you would just keep on repeating that. I sometimes then add either a rubbing across the brow or tapping. For those of you who are familiar with tapping, sometimes I tap right along my brow line, and just keep on vocalizing that A sound, or you can just hum. If you can't remember all of the vowels, you can find it. You can Google it. It's pretty easy to find. But then you can feel the energy shift, the pain subside. Remember that this is not about singing as much as it is using vocal energy. Try to reframe it that way, that I'm using my vocal energy. You don't have to worry about calling it singing. And you're using those sound currents to affect a shift in your body towards wellness. Through humming and vocalizing, sound can bring you into balance, soothe your nervous system, heal your mind, body, and emotions. But we can't have a conversation about sound we can't have a conversation about sound being the catalyst to health and wellness without mentioning the role of the breath and listening. Your breath can guide your humming, vocalizing, and toning. Breath control helps you to sustain your breath for long, relaxing tones. Paying attention to your breath immediately places you in the present moment. Paramahansa Yogananda put it this way: breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. Listen to the sounds of your soul with the active attention you would grant a loved one. Listen to your voice with sharp attention. Explore the space between the sounds. Ride the edge of the silence. Let the sound flow and dive deeply into a contemplative form of listening and responding with sound, like the rhythm of a call and response song. Listen to the sound of your breath filling your lungs. Listen to that tone that rides the crest of sound as it envelops you. Listen to silence that punctuates the space between the ending of one sound and breath that fills the lungs, preparing for the next sound. It's like you're experiencing a dance of song and sound and silence, ebb and flow, allowing and transcending. Listening to your voice is one of the kindest acts you can give yourself. Kabir, a well-known Indian poet and mystic, said, "Listen to the secret sound, the real sound, which is inside you. The music from the strings no one touches." Sound is a force in motion which will cause a reaction. So let's make these universal sound truths practical. Ah. Ah is the sacred seed syllable found in most of the great God, goddess, and master names. Tara, Buddha, Krishna, Yahweh, Yeshua, Allah. It generates compassion and peace. It's simple to do and simple to remember, which is really handy when you're trying to, oh, what was that? Ah. It's also mentioned and used in the japa meditation that Wayne Dyer talks about and explains in his book, The Power of Intention. Years ago, I was in a book club and we were studying this book. I was in a place where I was extremely timid about intending something because I knew the power of intention. And there was part of me that was afraid that I would intend the wrong thing, and then what would I do? So for a long time, I did nothing. And then one day I thought, oh my goodness, what could you intend that would feel safe? And so I made a decision. I was going to try this japa meditation, which according to Wayne Dyer was just simply chanting the sound ah for 20 minutes. How you know when 20 minutes is up, I'm not quite sure. But you do that for 20 minutes as you are intending what you want to bring into your life. So I decided that I could intend to be open and willing. And I went into my japa meditation and I got into it and I just kept on doing my ah sound, intending to be open and willing. And as spirit may have it, I stopped right at 20 minutes. And immediately I got this amazing mantra that I have been using ever since. I saw it in my head. I heard it in my ear. I wrote it down phonetically because how I saw it was different than how it sounded. I kept on singing it until I could run upstairs to play it on the piano and write it down in notation. But that is the power of sound in action. My own Coptic, our own Coptic master, Hamid Bey, stressed the importance of chanting the Om chant daily, which of course we heard from Rose earlier. He stated, Om, the sound of all creation, carries us across the bridge to God and is the mystical facet which blends our consciousness with universal consciousness. When you sing the Om chant, sound waves are created which cover your entire body. It is not only the communicative word with God that produces human spiritualization, but it is also has the benefit of vibrating therapeutic value, which covers every part of the body. This magical, mystical sound is the conveyor which will carry you from the visible to the invisible world, the transition from our creative consciousness into the Creator's consciousness. Using the breath and Om chant, you still the mind and you reset. The limbic system is activated by emotional stimuli, which can be put into a fight, flight, freeze reactionary stance. Scientific studies have used MRIs to show that the chanting of Om can deactivate that limbic system, bringing a sense of calm to the sympathetic nervous system. Many great masters advise the key to unlock the door, leading to the mystical spiritual presence, the I am that I am. Hamid encouraged combining the Om chant with daily meditation, stating the sound is creative in itself and has the magic of introducing your mind into the inner sanctum of your soul and gain an elevation of our consciousness, receive tremendous relaxation, and gain a conscious depth. The longer the Om vibration is held, the deeper the human mind becomes involved, detaching from stray thoughts, unified in one peaceful feeling of universal presence. He reminded us that the Om chant is the key to unlock that door leading to the I am that I am. So Rose alluded to this and said something about, I think this is, I don't know if you're going to be able, there it is. That is what it looks like. So the Coptics do the Om chant a little bit differently. They go up a scale, Om, and I'm doing it much faster than I would do it in practice, and that's repeated. Om, Om, Om. So Hamid suggested that that is the practice that you would use going into meditation, that you would do that 2 times and then hum the 3rd time to take you into meditation. When you come out of meditation, then he suggests that you just simply So let's try just a little bit of this together. Since we're all muted, it will work. Okay, let's try the Coptic version first. Remember, it goes up 3 tones, right up a scale, 2 times, then up 2, drops down to the 5th, and comes back to the beginning. Okay, here it goes. I hope that felt as good to you as it did to me. Here is the applicable, practical message. When you are healthy, your voice is with you always, a ready tool to be used for your highest good. Lean into the sacred wonders at your disposal through the power of your voice. Recognize that the body was created with abilities to expand your consciousness and enhance wellness and healing. So play with the sounds, pay attention, and discover how different sounds feel in certain parts of your body. Create your own sound practice by adding intentional sacred sound to your devotional and meditation practice. Let me leave you with this wise affirmation written by 14th century Iranian poet Hafiz. People say that the soul, on hearing the song of creation, entered the body, but in reality, the soul itself was the song. Thank you.
All righty. Thank you. Thank you, Darcy. That was wonderful.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So, are there any questions, or does anybody have any comments on what Darcy was showing us today?
Yeah, thank you for singing that because I was thinking when I saw it, I wish.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Darcy. I've been dealing with allergies and sinuses, so I'm going to work on that.
Let me know how it goes.
I will.
It's so practical. I mean, it really is. Sometimes I think as humans, we try to make things so difficult, and it's really quite simple. Not always easy to fit into our schedules. We have to make the time to do that, but the principle is simple and beautiful.
And Deepak Chopra, in one of his programs we have, said if you have pain somewhere in your body, just put your attention there. Don't try to change it. Don't try to heal it. Don't try to stop it. Just put your attention there. And it's amazing how it works. It takes practice to get it to, last longer, but it works.
Kind of goes along with where attention goes, energy grows. So
right. And so this really, to me, felt the same. It's like it's a tool you can use.
yes, yes. And that is my hope. If it's not practical, then it's kind of hard to hang on to. But when we can put it in a way that's practical and accessible, then we're more apt to use it.
Yeah, great job, Darcy. And I love that it is so you put it so simply and everything, and it just reminds us that I got to start doing it like when I'm driving again, and just little times to because it is such a powerful technique. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks, Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Lori,
Darcy, if you have any YouTube suggestions for the various sounds, could you send them to all of us? Because lots of time that kind of stuff's on YouTube.
Well, yeah, the person I referred to was Jonathan Goldman. He does lots. He does lots of stuff. I mean, he has many books. Oh, are you showing us something, Michael?
Yeah, it's Jonathan Goldman's Healing Sounds.
Okay, Healing Sounds, and he does one called the Humming Effect.
Yeah, I've seen that one too.
But he also, being a musician, he has lots of CDs, and I'm sure he probably has stuff on YouTube as well.
I
just added a link to his YouTube channel in the chat. In the chat, you'll find a link to his YouTube.
Thank you.
Thanks, Darcy.
You're welcome. I'm putting the chakra sounds in here too. Ooh, oh, I. A. Thank you. And E.
I'm going to incorporate the sound in my meditation there, Darcy. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Let me know how it goes, Pete.
I will. I like good vibrations.
Yeah, you could just hum that too. I love it. I love it. Any other questions? It's always so wonderful to spend time with you all. I appreciate your coming tonight and letting us share this time and energy together.
Very good. Well, thank you, Darcy. That was wonderful, and thank you for doing that. That was a wonderful presentation. I'm sure it took a bunch of time to put together, and it's just something that's so simple, right? That we just forget sometimes. Like you said, we just look for the more complicated stuff when the answers are right there in front of our nose. So
exactly.
Yeah. Well, great, and thank you everyone for attending tonight. And remember, we have Ortrin's pyramid initiation on Thursday. And then next Tuesday, we have the Master Circle with Claudia and Linda Masad and myself and Pete. leading that. So we hope to see you on one of those days. If not, have yourself an outstanding evening and a beautiful rest of the week. Thank you.
Thanks, Alan. Thanks, Steve. Thanks, everybody.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Everybody.
Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye.